then please let me know or not. Hello, can you reply back to me, any of you?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
Like Shafa or Fernando or Abdul Kader or Adrian Low, can you? Is it possible to
Yes,
hear me or not?
yes, we can
No.
hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. If you want, you can also reply back to me as well. I don't know what's wrong with my speaker in here, because I cannot I can seem to utilize this speaker. By now you have gone into your transfer phenomena, right? I posted everything in the lecture recording basically. This sessions in here is basically a drop-in session just to check on you guys and see if there is any questions on the week one. So on the week one is all about introductions, and then we basically going through this the layout of the unit basically. So we will have basically a 12 teaching weeks, and the delivery for this semester is still on the online mode, because as you know we are still being affected by this COVID-19. And for the transfer phenomena, we don't have any lab components. So in the beginning, when any of you basically contacted me for these questions, and now you know that this transfer phenomena is all about basically lecture uh, lecture lecture recording and then tutorial recording, and then it consists of the most important thing is it consists of 6 assessments, okay, and the requirement for you to pass this unit is we remove the hurdle for this semester, so that you basically only have you need to meet more than 50% of this of the mark for the assessment for you to be able to pass this unit. So you have an online quiz that will be given on the week 3, assignment 1, which is based on the group, like 2-person group. And just now I look in this morning, I see that basically ad group has been formed already. So one of you basically missed out, so I allow him to join into any of the current groups, okay, and I hope that that any of the groups will welcome him into any of your group to contribute, okay. And then you have a take home test 1 on the week 6, and then online quiz 2, and then assignment 2, and then a take home test 2, okay. So the biggest portion is of course in the assignment. So I basically increase the assignment to 25% for each of those, and then the test 2 essentially it will come in the final of 20%. And assignment 1 and assignment 2, it's giving you a problems that is than the normal problem, because you will solve it you will have to solve it in setting, and also to solve this assignment. Okay, I have in fact uploaded this assignment 1 into your week 1 canvas, okay. And if you have to go through you have to understand your week 2 momentum transport slide first, okay. And then the book that we are using for this transfer phenomena is Bert Stewart and Lightfoot book basically, okay. For those of you that don't know this book, I can show you this book, okay. This book is, let me open it for you, okay. Transfer Phenomena second edition. So we are basically using this book, okay. This Bert Stewart Lightfoot this book has been the main textbook for transfer phenomena. It has been taught everywhere in these three professors are coming from University of Wisconsin-Madison. When I took my transfer phenomena at Queensland, my professor, Prof. Duong Du, also used this book, also Berstewart and Lightfoot. So you can get this book from internet. If you Google, then you will be able to get this book. And for those that wants to get it from me, I can provide a very temporary link to share this, but I cannot put it up for too long, and I cannot attach it into the Canvas because it's a copyright issue related with copyright issue. So, but basically we will deal with this with the basic aspect of this book. So, for example, for the momentum transport, most of the time we will cover a little bit on the chapter 1 and a little bit on the chapter 2. Okay, so all the examples that I discuss is basically coming from this book in here. Okay, but of course you need to understand the concepts behind this momentum transport first. Like is the molecular momentum transport, for example. Okay, what is represented by the Fick's law that I cover in my lecture video. So this one, for example, the Newton's law of viscosity. Okay, and then you need to go and understand this a little bit into the concepts in here. It's not, and then you go into this convective momentum transport. Basically, you don't need to go in too much about the molecular level in here, except just go through this one. And then the convective momentum transport, you can try to understand what this is. And then we will have this combined momentum flux, basically. And then after we understand all these basic concepts, what we need to apply that into the examples. And the example is start giving on the week 3 of your momentum transport. So those of you that are interested to solve the assignment 1 problem, of course you need to first understand the momentum transport slides given in the week 2, and then you go into the week 3. And the week 3, all those equations that I show you in the week 2 slides are abstract, meaning that you can try to understand, but don't worry too much if you don't get it, because you will understand it through the examples. Okay, all those equations are a bit abstract, so you don't. It may be difficult for you to try to understand that thing if you don't really put it in the context of example. So that's why in the momentum transport, I'm not a fan of putting a lot of equations and physics into your slides without making you understand how to use those equations and apply that into the context. Okay, and momentum transport is basically the most important beginning before you can digest everything. So in this particular unit, basically you will have a momentum transport, heat transport, and the mass transport. So momentum transport is in the first 4 weeks, and then the heat transport is in the next 4 weeks, and then the mass transport is in the last 4 weeks. So basically you have like 4, 4, 4. So like it's like 12 weeks. So you are moving from the momentum, you are moving to the heat, and then you are moving to the mass. And there is an identical features between the momentum transport, between the heat transport and the mass transport that is covered in the transfer phenomena. So, for example, in the momentum transport, we have this Newton's law of momentum transport, and then in the heat transport we have that Fourier's law of heat conductions, and then in the mass transport we have Fick's law of binary divisions. Okay. But momentum transport is different with the heat transport and the mass transport in that momentum itself has a direction, and momentum transport again has a direction. So meaning that in the momentum transport you will deal with the tensor, because if you only have one direction, then you will deal with the vector. And in heat transport, on the other hand, the heat itself, only the heat transport that has the directions. Okay, and mass transport. So in momentum transport, I give a lot of examples in the beginning, and to brush up your mathematicals, your calculus, and everything. I basically give you a bit a more thorough example examples on the modeling level 1 and level 2. So as you can see in here, if I go back into your slides in here, this is a simple example like a modeling level 1. Like you have this problem where basically you add in a steel rod into your hot solvent to basically promote the heat transfer from the solvent to the air. Because imagine if you have a hot coffee and then you want to make that hot coffee to cool faster. So what you do if you are eating in kopitiam is like you put in a spoon, right? You put in a spoon and then you stir that spoon to make it quick, cool quickly, or otherwise you can pour that hot coffee into a bigger bowl so that the liquid can evaporate faster. Then it also get cool faster so that you can drink it quicker as well. Okay, so these are the example. In the first example, you just consider that everything is uniform. So you only have one temperature in your whole rod. Okay, so you're basically creating energy balance within your rod. Okay, with the input from the solvent to the half part of your rod, and then on the top you basically imagining that there is a heat transport in this regard from your rod into the atmosphere. From this perspective, you need to if you look into my lecture recording, it's very important for you to understand the feeling of the physics in the transfer phenomena. So for this example, you are taking that the temperature of the rod equal to T. So it's an assumed temperature T. So T in the beginning, you don't know what is this T. But you know that T1 in here is higher, has a higher temperature than T. And then T has a higher temperature than T0. So that it's logical that you put T1 in front of the T. And then this T, of course, in front of the T0. Okay, then you start on this kind of thing. So as you go through those lecture recording, it's important, or I would encourage everybody to derive you bring a pencil and paper. You don't just watch on my lecture, but you also actually really do the derivation yourself. You have to basically derive it yourself, look at my lecture. Okay, if you don't do it, then it's difficult because most of the time in the past when you do the tests in the class test, or when you have time limitations in your class, then it becomes difficult for you to basically calculate and derive faster than if you have trained yourself in this. And transfer phenomena is a highly mathematical subject, meaning that everything is about mathematics, but not only mathematics. So it's not just calculus, but you always connect back the mathematics into your system, and your model, your transfer phenomena model, is only as complex as your assumptions. So your assumptions in the beginning basically determine your model, and then your model itself has a result, and that result also depends on your assumption. So in level 1, for example, this is the easiest example. Okay, you will get a result that is valid for level 1. So this level 1, you get this Q. And then level 2, it's more complicated. The assumption, you relax the assumption. In the level 2, you assume that the temperature of the rod that is on top of the liquid gas interface can vary as a function of X. Okay, and then all else remain the same. So basically, you have to create a shell element balance. A shell element balance in here is a part of your rod. Okay, it's something that is abstract, but you need to think in such a way that the temperature in here is varying as a function of X, and the shell elements in your rod in here has a thickness of delta X. Okay, so only that particular shell elements with the thickness of delta X that has a constant temperature T. Okay, so if you go and continue into the solutions, you can use these two the result from this level 2 model to assess the validity of level 1 equations. So level 2 is a more complex modeling, and it will give you a better result, a higher level result than level 1. And then the next one is level 3. Level 3 will be more complex than the level 2, because level 3 you assume that the temperature on the top of the liquid and gas interface varies, and then the one on the temperature of the rod in the bottom of your just below this liquid gas interface also varies as well. So that means you have two ordinary differential equations that needs to be solved. Okay, and I have the solutions for this level 3 modeling example in here, but for those that think that this is very difficult, then those that are interested, then you can contact me. Then I can upload that thing. I don't want to give it to Canvas. I want you to focus more into the modeling level 1 and modeling level 2. And then level 4 is even more complicated. Level 4 in here is basically taking into account the variations in the radial directions. So this becomes important if your diameter is relatively large relative to the length of your rod. So in that case, the radial heat conductions becomes important. So you just cannot neglect the heat conductions in the radial direction with respect to the heat conduction in the axial directions. And this will be very complicated because now you are not dealing with the ODE anymore, but you are dealing with the partial differential equations. And with these partial differential equations, then you need to deal with this a lot of these Bessel equations and those series equations, basically that infinite series solutions, basically. So we will not go into these directions, but rather the reason that I put it in here is for you to basically know that there are many types of level of modeling that is available. Okay, so for our transfer phenomena, in most of the cases, we only cover the level 2 solutions. So we will not go into those level 3 and above. Okay, but it's all very important that you really understand everything. Okay, and the notes is given into your Canvas. You are free to you are welcome to always contact me anytime if you think that anything is difficult to understand, or if I forgot to upload any note into your Canvas. Okay, and I know that you may think that I put a lot of lecture video into starting on the week 1, but there is no way that I just have to put that video recording, and in order for you to make you not sleepy, so try not to watch those lecture video in the lunchtime after you have a lunch, because that probably will make you sleepy, but you try to watch it in a chunk, or even better if you basically try to solve that particular problem and then watch the lecture and then compare it with the notes that I have in here. Okay, this particular things in here is I need you to understand the physical significance of your variables in here. For example, Hg in here refers to the heat transfer coefficient in the gas phase, and then this L2 in here you need to go back into your drawing. Okay, L2 in here refers to the height of your rod above the liquid and gas interface in here. So for transfer phenomena, you always need to look back into the picture. Picture is very important, the picture of your systems, and then connect it back into your equations. So if I give any problems in the test or something, don't try to solve that thing before you understand the whole picture of your system first, because transfer phenomena is always related to your system. And then this level 2 always I give you these things as well, and then I try not to discuss these derivations of your equations. You can go back into your calculus or find another mathematical books, and I can suggest you to go into this book by Richard Gierreis and Duong Dedu, Applied Mathematics and Modeling for Chemical Engineers. Okay, this book is also a good book to basically brush up your mathematics, and this Prof Duong Du was actually my professors when I did my advanced transfer phenomena in Queensland back in 2006. Okay, the book I have it in here as well. I can share it to you, and you can find it in your in the Google, I guess. If you want, then I can provide a temporary link. Okay, this is the book, Applied Mathematics and Modeling for Chemical Engineers. Okay, Richard J. Rice was a lecturer in Queensland long time ago, but originally he was from US, and then he made this book with Duong Du. Okay, this one is, I think, the second edition one, published in 2012. Okay, it consists a little like some of the thing that you can go through is probably the solution techniques for models yielding ordinary differential equations. Okay, this series solution method and special functions, it becomes important only if you try to solve the partial differential equations. Okay, and in your assignment 2, as a part of your working group, then there will be one problem that involves these Bessel functions. Okay, and I give you a notes to understand these Bessel equations, but you need to work as a group to solve this particular problem. Okay, and all these things is a bit tough, I think. So I would not suggest you to go into the later part of your of this book, but you can probably go into the part 1, so chapter 1 or chapter 2. Okay, so apart from that thing, then I think for this week material, you will go into your starting to understand your momentum transport and go into the concepts, and then I start giving you an example on the week 3, I think. But those that wants to start earlier with the assignment 1, they can start look into the video that I posted into the week 3. I opened those video already on the week 3, and all the notes are accessible already. So basically, you can open from week 1 to week 4 already. Is there any questions from my explanation so far? Anything unclear about the assessments or about the materials of the units, about the week 1 lecture so far? So I have been talking too much now. I would like to hear back from you. The main point of the drop-in session is basically to get a feedback from you, and to make sure that you don't feel alone. I mean, online has this isolation feeling related with us. So please let me know now. I mean, you can use your mic, or you can type if you have any questions, and I try to answer you right now. Okay. Okay, I'm waiting for questions then now. Yu Chao or Abdul Kader, Chang Ying, or Shafaf, Adrian Lo, or Fernando, Chewe, Ryan, or Julie. Any questions? So far, okay. The quality of the, how about the quality of the lecture recording? Okay, no problem with that. I try to improve myself from last week. Last semester's unit. By now I'm using a direct screen writing to write on your screen. So hopefully that will be better. Nice to see you, Precious. I hope you can start well. I mean, start good from now. And the most important thing is basically, like I told you again, try to reproduce the steps, the one that I have given in the units. And then if there is not anything you don't understand, then you let me know. And then in terms of the assignment, please try to start as early as possible as well, and work in a group setting. Basically, try to work closely with your group mates. Okay. That's the most important thing. And don't be afraid of the transfer phenomena. I mean, people think that this transfer phenomena is something that is dry, that is a bit difficult, but so far I think the way that I'm giving everything in your thing is Shafaf online quiz 1 will be on the week 3, so it will open next week. Okay, so meaning that you will be given 20 minutes to do those the online quiz 1, and then you can take it at any time during that week, basically. Okay, it will come up in your Canvas week 3 module. What else again that I need to discuss with you is the timeline that I have in here. Okay, is basically a bit different with the timeline that I have in Canvas. So this week 1 in here is week 1 in Canvas until week 6, and then the tuition week I don't normally stop in the tuition week. So this will be week 7 in Canvas. So this will be week 7 in my unit outline will be week 8 in Canvas, and then this one will be week 9 in Canvas. This one will be week 10 in Canvas. This one will be week 11 in Canvas. This one will be week 12 in Canvas. So basically everything else will be in accord with just as I posted in the as I explained in my lecture recording. You need to know the difference in these things. Okay, as long as if you know that thing, then you will be able to prepare yourself. Assignment 1, I give you a longer time because I already posted it in the week 1 already. So you have weekend, and you want to make to make a note on the assignment next week, and that quiz will not be difficult. It's just going back to your understanding. Okay. I think tutorial for this week also has been posted by Megan as well, so you can look at that at the tutorial as well. You can always email me if anything is unclear to you. Okay. Okay, I'm still waiting for any questions or anything that you want me to explain before we conclude these sessions. No? Nothing? It's glad to see you again. Except I cannot really see your face because I really hope that this unit can be performed face to face, but it's not possible in the situations. Anyway, we just do the best with what we can do for this moment. What to do? Okay, if there is nothing else again, then I conclude my drop-in sessions here, and then next week we will have another drop-in session again to check your progress on the week 1, on the week 2 lectures, and if there is any questions on your assignments and also any questions on anything else related with the transfer phenomena. Okay. With that, then I conclude these drop-in sessions, and thank you for joining the drop-in session this morning, and stay safe and take care. Okay. See you.